Hello, welcome back to my channel. And now, before we actually get into the preview a bit, I have now installed background music. There you go. Tell me if you like the background music or not, if it's like too loud or whatever, because I try to not make it too loud, and I hope it doesn't pick up on the mic. Actually, let's test it right now. Okay, it doesn't look like the background music is getting picked up by the mic, but like, tell me if it's too loud, if the music is shit. Like, just tell me what you think about it. And let's get started here with this preview. So, how I'm gonna do these previews from now on, because I'm planning to do them weekly. I used to do these on video, but I don't know if people prefer me doing them on stream or on video. I guess that's up to you guys to tell me. So, how I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna do my preview, and then I'll get back to chat. So, at start I'll do a bit of talking with chat, then I'll do the preview, then I'll get back to chat. That's how I'm gonna do these. So, big up to board with this. Bernard Dickey will cost us again. We'll talk about that. I hope he doesn't play. I really do hope United doesn't play. I'm gonna show two lineups that you're gonna see later. And obviously you can always skip ahead if you're watching this on replay towards where I've actually got the tactical board out and I'm talking about the game. Hello Wim, hello, how are you? Big up to the sealed. Do be liking and subscribing, it does help out a ton. And we've not liking, by the way, it does help, it really does help. But yeah, do both. And Sace is still injured, indeed, but that's not really on subject for this. Prediction for the game. Honestly, if Pep Guardiola plays the old players again, we will drop points. And if we drop points, I think it's done. I honestly think that it's done if top 5 if we don't win this game. But we'll talk more about that in a bit. Jetke scored again against Man United. He played pretty decent against Man United, to be honest, but you know what, yeah? Lacazette robbed me of a fucking clickbait video. I was planning to do a video after that game because talking about like Jetke. Lacazette fucking robbed me. I am robbed by Lacazette. He missed 2 sitters that could have been assists for Jetke. If he had those 2, yeah, I would have made a clickbait video by now, and that would get me 100 easy views. Anyhow, let's talk about the game. Now, you guys see a back 5. Don't have a seizure. It's okay, I will explain myself. Do not kill me, do not shoot me. And you'll also notice that we are lacking at least a player in midfield. Because Pep Guardiola likes to have at least 3 players in midfield. Like, technically speaking, we have like a 5-2-3. Which, theoretically speaking, that's fine. But Pep Guardiola won't like that. Because Grealish is not going to be a flat 2. That's not how it's gonna work. He will be more of a 10. He will be more forwards. So then you have more of a shape like this, which again doesn't make sense, but this is only a back 5 when defending. And let me explain why, yeah? Our best players at the moment are Gustinov, Diaz, and Gvardiol. That is 3 centre backs. We need to get all 3 of them on the pitch. Make use of all 3 of them. Get their best abilities, use them basically, but we also need to make this system in a way where we can still control the midfield. So I think it's pretty easy, to be honest. Nunez and Gustinov, neither of them are right backs, but if they can both defend together on this right channel, they can defend well, I think, especially defending together. You resort to a back 5 when defending, that does mean you're very defensive. You can still push up. Gvardiol can step up into midfield if you like. However, what I would prefer is O'Reilly inverting, and then you have a back 3 with Gvardiol, Diaz, Gustinov, and Nunez stepping up and overlapping with Doku. So that Doku can cut inside a bit more, has a bit more support, and Nunez holds the width. That way you can use Nunez's ability to cross in balls. That way you have a young team, by the way. The oldest player on the pitch is either Diaz or Grealish. And they're both younger than 30. I'm not sure who is the oldest of these two, actually. Let's check that. Diaz. Ruben Diaz. How old is this man? Yeah, Ruben Diaz is 27 and Grealish is 28? 29. So you don't have a single player who is 30 years old on this pitch. Maybe Edgerson, he's 32, but not a single outfield player. You've got a young team. It looks the same. Like, in possession, it looks the same. You've got your back three, and you've got your players inverting, you've got your midfield, you've got your full back pushing up, because that's what Nunez does. He pushes up, he crosses balls in. It looks the same. But when defending, you can resort to this back five, because we concede a lot of goals. Let's be honest, we concede a lot of goals. You can resort to this back five. You can keep compact. And you can even drop these two players deeper. I don't think you have to. Maybe one player, you can maybe drop down Savinho. Or maybe you can play Foden. That is another option. You can play Foden here on the wing. And then Foden can drop deeper and come into midfield to defend. And then he can go on the wing again to play. Or McAtee can also do that role. Maybe Lewis can do this role. Maybe Lewis on right back in this back five formation. And here's the thing, yeah. People are gonna say, oh, but we didn't score against Man United. Why would you play a back five now? But actually think about it. Really do think about it, yeah. Because if you play this back five formation, you're able to just go up the pitch so much. With both your fullbacks going up the pitch. With Grealish in the 10, who I think has done a good job so far this season in the 10. For the few games he's played there. With this team, you can attack. You really can. And if you have two fullbacks, you can hold the width for your wingers. Savinho and Doku have needed that all season. Someone who can hold the width for them. Create more space for them. With that, they have more space. And that is not what Pep is going to do. Pep will never do this. But if we concede, yeah, this team is shell-shocked. This team will always be shell-shocked. This team, yeah, the moment we concede, shell-shocked. They lose their heads. Look at the Arsenal game. Look at Real Madrid, any game. Any game in the past 5 years, really, but especially this season. This team is shell-shocked the moment we concede. And Nunez, there's another thing you can do, yeah? And that is you drop Husanov. Okay, you drop Husanov. Now you play with a back four. O'Reilly on left back. And then Nunez, instead of having Nunez on right back, you push Nunez up, have him as a right winger, and have Husanov as a right back. That also works. Then you can have a midfield of Gonzalez, Grealish, and whoever else. Who do you put here? I'm not sure. Maybe Foden, maybe Kovacic. Pick whoever you prefer, I suppose. And then who do you have as a winger? Savinho, Doku, I mean, there's plenty of choice. Oscar Bob, he's not fit enough to play, I think. He's fit enough to play like 20 minutes. I'm not sure if he's fit to play any more than that. So that are the two systems I think about. This system is the most likely system for Pep to play. I don't think he'll play it. That's the honest truth. I think Pep Guardiola will be like, no. Pep Guardiola will play something like this. This is what I think Pep will play. Maybe Nunez instead of Lewis. But yeah, look at this midfield. This midfield, Foden out of form and Kovacic. Sure, Kovacic can defend, but he won't give us any creativity. So my problem is, if we get this midfield, or even worse, we have Bernardo Silva playing, or Gundogan, then I don't think we win. If you have a system like this, or the earlier system I showed, I think we can get to 3 points. Because Crystal Palace has a lot of players lacking as well. If you go through to Palace right now, they have a lot of players lacking. So what they like to do is, they like to counter-attack, and they like to hit on the counter, right? So, okay, with that back five shape, they have no space to do that. They just blatantly have no shape to do that. With this shape, you can try to press them in. If you have this on the pitch, I mean, maybe he will play O'Reilly. I really don't think Pep will play O'Reilly. I think Pep will drop O'Reilly. If you have O'Reilly on the pitch here, again, you can press them in a bit. But the problem here is you have O'Reilly push up, Nunez push up. The amount of space you leave here. Now, if you have a younger player here in midfield, let's say Foden maybe a bit deeper and then Grealish, sure, they can cover that area. Kovacic can't. So that is my problem with what Pep will do, what I think Pep will do. So I really do hope that Pep decides to play a bit more conservative. Because the counter-attacks you have from Palace, okay, they have played slacking, but if they hit it on the counter, bro, it's finalissimo. It's finalissimo. And United fans got Teargas in Lyon after the game. Teargas, oh Jesus, what happened there? Big up to Ahmed, big up to Ahmed. Now, I don't agree with you, Alf. If you watch Chelsea match, they broke down low block to 5-1. You mean Crystal Palace? We can replicate... Oh, we. Okay, yes. What we did was not quite the same, but I see what you mean. We can replace that. We need to attack Palace, but if we need to defend, that's a good structure. Yeah, that is a defensive structure. Back 5 is only for the defending. Only for the defending. Like, both O'Reilly and Nunez would invert. So it would be the same shape out of possession, but... or in possession, sorry, but out of possession it's a back 5. Because we need to prevent balls moments. Bardi, no, Bernardo Silva. Macatista. Bray, no, Bernardo Silva, yes, please. Yeah, but here's the thing. Again, out of possession you can have a back 5. Look at Internazionale. Inter Milan, if you look at how Simone Inzaghi coaches, he has a back 5, but there's a lot of players pushing up whenever he attacks, so he breaks down low blocks, but he has a back 5 on paper when he defends, but those players really push up. So we can break down that mid to low block if we play a bit like Simone Inzaghi, because the idea I have here is somewhat based on Simone Inzaghi's tactics. Big up to Oliver as well. Was there a scout at Man United versus Lyon? I have not heard anything about that. I don't believe so. I did a scout along. I watched the game and I looked at Cherki. He looked very good. He played on the wing for most of that game. He can be a Bernardo Silva replacement, but one game is not enough to judge him. Lacazette fucking robbed me of that fucking clickbait video on Cherki. Ederson, Nunez, Josko O'Reilly, Nunez, Husnov, Josko O'Reilly, Gonzalez, Jack, Foden, Bob, I don't think Bob is fit enough to start. Because if he was, he would have started already. Pep loves Bob. If he was fit enough to start games, he would play. But sure, let's try that. Let's remove the drawings here. What did you say again? So yeah, Ederson, Nunez, Husnov. Nunez. Husnov. Where is he? Here he is, AK-45. O'Reilly as well. We're not having Guardiola. Oh, Josko, sorry. You're dropping Diaz. Yeah. Well, let's think about it. Explain your logic, but you're dropping Diaz. Explain your logic for that. And yeah, Gonzalez, Jack, Foden is what I've got here. Savio, Marmouche, yeah. The only thing is, I don't think Bob is fit enough to play. So I think it would be Doku instead of Bob. If he is fit to play, he will play. But because Pep loves Bob, but I just don't think he is fit enough. I've heard several people say it was a scout at the Lyon versus Man United match. I did not personally hear that. I did not actually hear any of that. Yeah, you're dropping Diaz. Explain your logic there. I'm not saying you're wrong, because Diaz has not had a great game, but you should explain the logic there, though. Because I do expect Diaz to really play out these games. I think Diaz, now that he's been playing with Guardiola, has found a really good pairing. And he's looked better. But I get it, he's played not to his level this season, so I understand why you would drop him. But yeah, this is a must-win game for me. This game, the Man United game, by the way, was must-win. Because what people need to understand here is, we are currently 4 points, behind Yeah, if Newcastle win their game in hand, we are 4 points behind. We are 4 points behind. We need to win this game. So, by the way, Haaland, 21 goals with this fucking dead team. Fair enough to him. Too slow and has a bozo. He has, but he has been good, but has a bozo in him. Yeah, but our entire team has a bozo, and Gvardiol is the big bozo at Man City, to be fair. Remember Real Madrid, that was Gvardiol bozo moment on the, to be fair, at fullback. Feyenoord and centre back, bozo moment, Gvardiol. FA Cup final, bozo moment, so all our players are the bozos. It's not an excuse, but all of our players are the bozos, so even Gusnov has had some bozo moments. I doubt he scores a hat-trick though. Yeah, this is the thing though. We're not going to see the Man City 4-0 against Newcastle, because it's a different team. We need to break down a low block here. Which is why I want to go to Simone Inzaghi style tactics. I know Pep will not do it, but that is what I want. Tactics like Simone Inzaghi. So O'Reilly inverts into CDM. Is that what you're planning on then? Something like box midfield, kind of like treble season? Is that what we're going for? I mean, it makes sense, but Gusnov to handle this area on his own is that's a big ask for a young defender. You can put him on the left area. Gvardiol has done quite decent in this area this season, but I'm not sure if Gusnov will be comfortable on that left-hand side, so no. Well, you can't just say no, you have to explain yourself, but yeah. Or are you talking about an entirely separate formation? I mean, again, that can work, but I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of that, personally, to be honest. This I understand perfectly. And then you have Nunez invert, and then you can have Gusnov here, and O'Reilly can just overlap like a regular fullback, and Nunez come back whenever O'Reilly overlaps. And you have Gonzalez there. Gonzalez can drop deep, do that into that left-hand channel, so that does work, and especially if you have Nunez here. So that does work. Maybe you can have Grealish even drop deep and Nunez push up. You can play a lot with this. As long as we support the wingers. I think that's the main assignment here for against Crystal Palace. Give support to the wingers. If you can support the wingers, create space for them, we will be able to break them down. If Crystal Palace pushes too high up, you can get balls in behind for Marmoush, for Savinho, for Doku, who I would put on the pitch simply because they're fast. And if you're fast, you get a ball in behind. Am I in timeout? No. Why would you be in timeout? But if you say no, you need to explain why. But like, I can't really do anything with that. Like, if you say no, because then I can, like, answer you and say I agree or disagree. But like, if you just say no, like, I can't do anything with that. So no, you're not in timeout. I won't time you out, you're a legend. But yeah, support the wingers, I don't think we'll win, but we have to win. And I'll show why, yeah, I will show you guys why we have to win. Now, what game? Here. Yeah, let's just say 2-0 to Newcastle. So then we come to where we are now. Newcastle is 4 points ahead of us. 4 points ahead of us, Newcastle. If we draw this game, let's say we draw, which I hope we don't, but if we draw, and we go through the table here for the Premier League, yeah, Forts will win that, I don't care about, Villa will win that, sure, Arsenal will win this, Chelsea against Ipswich, that's sure to win that, Liverpool limping over the finish line here in the league title, Wolves can win against Tottenham, because it's Tottenham, Newcastle will beat Man United for sure. That will actually be a good game for the Fulham, I think. But yeah, if you have that draw... Oh, that's 11th. If you have that draw, yeah, we're 7th. We are 7th. We are a point behind Aston Villa. We are 3 points behind Chelsea. We are 6 points behind Newcastle. If you lose, you're 7 points behind Newcastle. Now you go to next season, yeah? Let's say 2-2 here. Or to the next game, sorry. Actually no, I think Bournemouth will win that game. Everton. Will we beat Everton? I don't think we will, to be honest. So, let's say Newcastle win that. Chelsea win this. Arsenal win that. Man United probably beat Wolves, to be fair. Do they though? Actually, no, they don't. Yeah, Liverpool should beat Leicester, and Tottenham will get destroyed by Nottingham Forest. So now, if you look at where Man City is at now, we are 6th and 5 points behind Chelsea. We can't lose this game. We cannot lose or draw this game. Top 5 is done. Top 5 is done. Yeah, Aston Villa. If we cannot beat Crystal Palace, we cannot beat Aston Villa. Blatantly simple as that. We cannot beat Crystal Palace, we can't beat Aston Villa. So let's say we do beat Aston Villa. I don't think it makes a difference, to be honest. I still don't think we can end up there. Chelsea will beat Everton at home. Everton away is not as good as they are at Goodison Park. Yeah, Fulham will win that. Probably Leicester. Probably Bournemouth. This is probably the title-winning game, by the way, for Liverpool. If you look at where they are at. Yeah, that should probably win down the title. Then Forest probably beats Brentford. Now let's see where we are at. We're a whole 5 points behind Chelsea. 5 points behind Chelsea. And then the difficult fixtures come up. Okay, we have some easy ones. Fair enough. Leicester probably beat South. Actually, let's go for the draw. Southampton can escape being the worst Premier League team of all time if they get another draw. West Ham. Let's say a draw with Spurs there. And let's see. Chelsea. Let's say they lose. Just for the argument's sake here. We are still 2 points behind Chelsea. And remember, all of this is assuming we draw. Now Newcastle against Chelsea. Let's assume that's a draw. Let's assume that is a draw. It's at St. James Park. Newcastle should get a result there. Even if it's just a draw. Ipswich won't win, let's be honest. Man United's a smaller win. So we do have some very easy games at the end of the season, to be fair. Wolves, sure. All of these predictions are scientific, guys. Trust me on all of these predictions. And this will be the most boring draw you've ever seen. That Liverpool-Arsenal game will be the most boring draw you've ever seen. So we're in top 5 on goal difference at this stage. Then Chelsea, where is Chelsea? They will beat Man United. Do we beat Bournemouth and do we beat Fulham? Because Fulham is our last game. Fulham, where are they? And Chelsea, their last game is... Where is Chelsea? Against... Forest. I mean, if we can beat just Fulham... This is a very pessimistic run, by the way, by Man City. It's draw against Crystal Palace, draw against Everton, Aston Villa. I mean, change this to a draw, then we drop out. To be fair to Chelsea, we do give them a draw against Newcastle. But if they lose that, they're still on 65 points. And if we draw here, if they lose this, then we do get top 5. I get this, but if we get done on the counter, we're fucked. Like, officially we're fucked if we get done on the counter. We are just so weak mentality-wise as a team. Mo Salah officially staying until 2027. I hope he's fucking washed for all next season. I hope next season he has washed and his legacy is ruined. That's what I hope for. I hope he doesn't win Ballon d'Or either. This is actually quite something to think about. If we win that Crystal Palace game, I'm almost certain we get top 5. Because we can still get top 5. It's a stretch, but we can still get top 5 actually, if I'm looking through this. We do have to beat Fulham away though. Fulham away is not an easy game. We play like 3 relegation teams right after each other. Like Wolves here, where do we play? Yeah, here Southampton. And then we play, well, not a relegation team, but Bournemouth. Honestly, not sure. But like, Liverpool predictions as VZ Club Brugge. I think Z Club Brugge win. Liverpool don't learn. Yeah, Salah has not been great the last 2 months, has he? But Liverpool does tend to keep players for too long, don't they? But so do we. So do we. We keep players for longer than we should, if we're being honest. De Bruyne should have been... sorry, Bernardo Silva should have been gone after the treble. He's still here. Kyle Walker should have been gone after the treble. A lot of players, we do keep them too long. And then other players, like Mahrez, we fuck off too soon. I think Mahrez could have done more last season than Silva. And then let Mahrez go the next season. Anyhow. Yeah. I guess it's still possible, but before we end off here, let's do the press conference. I've never really done this, but let's go through the press conference of Pep Guardiola. Semi-automated offsides. What a fucking dead question is this? What do you think about semi-automated offsides? Objectively speaking, they are more accurate, faster, and less prone to malfunction. So, objectively speaking, they are the best existing technology. The fact that they don't exist yet in Premier League football is a disgrace. So, this is a dead question. If you don't think semi-automated offside is good, honestly, get your noggins checked. Get your noggins checked. Pep Guardiola on 5 Champions League places in Premier League this season. Well, it's better to have 5 teams instead of 4 for the situation that we have. But there are 7 or 8 contenders, so it will be until the last moment. It should not be. It will be, but it should not be. Let's go through these games. Let's go through these games again. Imagine we win this game. Let's say we win this game, yeah? And then we beat Aston Villa. Actually, this game is against Everton. Yeah, Everton, okay, they're a good team right now, we can take a draw. Then we beat Aston Villa. And then we beat Bournemouth. Those are all games that we should win. I'm not saying we will win those games, but those are the games we should be winning. If we do that, we're top 5. We're not top 4 because Newcastle is it's lacking 2 games, so give them the game against Arsenal here, they'll draw, and then Newcastle, the final day of the season against Everton at home. But look at how much clearer we are of Chelsea. If we win those games, but we won't. I really hope Crystal Palace we win. If we beat Crystal Palace, we're almost certain of Champions League football next season if we beat Crystal Palace. That's why it's such a big important game. Because if we just go through the games that we think will happen, Everton, who thinks we're beating Everton? I don't. Who thinks we're beating Aston Villa? I don't. Van Dijk getting cooked left and right. Not sure I agree. He's not been as good. Again, he's not been as good this season, especially not the latest moments. But he's not been getting cooked constantly. So we don't have the squad. Sorry, all season. Bullshit. Bullshit, bro. Bullshit. The squad is perfectly fit right now. Who did he play against Man United? Bernardo Silva. Gundogan. Bullshit this. Pure fucking bullshit. How are you gonna say we didn't have the squad all season and then you start everyone except Haaland that you've been starting all season when the squad is completely fit excluding Haaland? This is such bullshit, bro. This is why I hate this man. He's a fucking serial gaslighter. Man can do nothing but lie. He always blames players for his failings. He blames injuries. He's just a liar, bro. Fucking bullshit. This is pure fucking bullshit, bro. Yeah, we have 3 central defenders out. 3 central defenders with exclusion of Akanji that would have not played at all anyways. Ake and Stones, we knew they were injury prone before the season started. We knew they were not gonna play a lot before the season started. This is bullshit. Like, what else can I say except it's bullshit? This is your squad. The players we have had out this season are not the players Pep Guardiola was planning on starting week in, week out at the start of the season. That's the truth. Yeah, he's been out in 2 games, that's one of which we won. What are we doing? And one of which we could have won if we played a better lineup, but Pep chose to play midfielders. We don't have the squad. Bullshit. Such bullshit. If we just played the correct players against Man United, we would have won. We would have been guaranteed top 5 by now. Almost guaranteed, should I say. Especially if we beat Crystal Palace now. What bullshit. I hate this manager, bro. He's such a liar. Pep Guardiola, absolutely. He's such a liar. I hate this bullshit. Oh, we don't have the squad. We should be comfortably top 3 with this squad, even including all the injuries we've had. Pep Guardiola having struggled this season is completely down to his decisions. Nothing else. It's his poor decisions that he's made. On Mo Salah, no doubt the quality of Mo Salah. I mean, what the fuck is this question? Who cares? That's got nothing to do with Man City. On O'Reilly's long-term potential future. Well, if he's a box-to-box, he has to do it side-to-side. What? Can do it with the same power. He's performing really well, and we're really pleased. Okay, so next season O'Reilly will play midfield then, is that what you're saying? This is such... I can't lie, this is kind of a dead question, because I get it, people want to know what his future is. We're gonna see that after the transfer window. He's playing well right now at left back. Pep Guardiola, let's be honest, if we get in a left back, O'Reilly is going to play in midfield. If we don't get a left back, he's going to be our left back. He's playing well right now as left back, but I don't want him as a permanent option on left back, so... He is a box-to-box midfielder if you ask me, but... I mean, these questions are kind of dead, I can't lie. Pep Guardiola on incidents involving... Oh, yeah. Bullshit. This is such bullshit. Let's just read this and then I'll tell you why it's bullshit. And Jack Grealish slapped versus Man United. It's happening everywhere. It's a crazy world, right? Everything that happens all around the world. Not just in sports, the issues. Nobody is away from that. It's not about United, because United is beyond the person that doesn't defend... Wait, what? Because United is beyond the person that doesn't defend what United is. Or what happens sometimes in our club. But it's not a problem about a specific club, a specific department in world football. It happens everywhere. Just take a look around and you'll realize. I think we are not on the right path. What does that mean? Like, what does this mean? We are not on the right path. What? So, what about Calvin Phillips? What about Calvin Phillips? What did you say when Calvin Phillips was getting abused? Blatantly abused by the crowds. Oh right, you didn't talk about him, because he's not your favorite toy. So what does this mean? Because you contribute to it. Like Pep contributes to it. These questions are first of all dead as fuck. But what does this have to do with the game? Second of all, Pep is just bullshitting an answer. You can't just say, I don't want to answer, that's got nothing to do with the game. You can't just say that, but he doesn't. Yeah. So this is going after, this is after that Phil Foden incident, or more clarification. He doesn't feel good, but move forward. Okay, so where was this with Calvin Phillips? Again, the fans were chanting that Calvin Phillips is fat. You know why the fans were chanting that? Because Pep Guardiola said that Calvin Phillips came into training overweight. Pep Guardiola caused the abuse of Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips was abused, he said nothing about it. But now Phil Foden, my favorite child, oh, I need to come out and protect him. If he said the same thing about Calvin Phillips, it's not okay, then I would be okay with him doing this for Foden. But that's not what he does. He chooses the players he wants to defend, and he chooses the players that he will fucking criticize, abuse, and let be abused. This is the problem with this manager. He is not fair. He is not fair to his players that way. If you look at what he said to Nunez recently, he called Matheus Nunes not clever in the press. Compare that to Alex Ferguson. All his plays were perfect. Whenever Alex Ferguson did not win a game, it's my fault. Meanwhile, Pep, when they don't win a game, Nunez not good enough, this play took a bit too long, and yeah, bro, injuries, yada yada. It's always an excuse with Pep. Alex Ferguson, even if he was killing these players in the dressing room, would never say this shit in public. Would never embarrass a player in public. Pep Guardiola chooses what player he wants to defend and what player he wants to fucking criticize, attack, all of that shit. That is no way to act as a manager. I'm sorry, that is tactless, and he's always been like that. But when you say it, when Pep Guardiola is winning trophies, people don't want to hear it. Now I am saying it when Pep Guardiola is playing shit, and everyone suddenly agrees with me. It's like magic. It's like magic, guys. But I've been saying it for a long time. This is not new. This is not new. He's I won't say that. Don't know why people say don't sack him. He fucking ruined us time again with his disgusting choice. Sack the fraud. Yet this season he's been horrible, and he should have let Walker go instead of begging him to stay. He chose to let De Bruyne go, even though... You know why he chose to let De Bruyne go, by the way? Who in the dressing room is telling Pep Guardiola right now, you are doing it wrong? Who? Is it Bernardo Silva? Or is it the guy who is on the pitch and says, shut the fuck up to Pep? You know why Pep was let go? It's because why De Bruyne was let go. It's because he will tell Pep, you are making mistakes. And Pep hates when a player questions his decisions. He hates that. That is why De Bruyne was let go. Not because, oh, he can't play anymore, he's the best of our uncles. And you know what Pep did here against Man United? He fueled his own ego. He put De Bruyne in a false 9 position, which he cannot play. He left De Bruyne out to dry, so everyone could see De Bruyne play poorly. And then he said, look at that, I'm a genius, De Bruyne is washed. Fucking cunt of a manager. Fergie would never do this. Fergie had to play against stronger managers, stronger teams, and won. He never attacked his players when he didn't win. What is Pep doing now? He's blaming the players, he's defending the players he wants. He's sending off the players, he's hanging the players out to dry that he doesn't want at the club anymore. He has a serious issue, bro. He is a serious issue. I'm optimistic to finish throughout this season. Best joke of the season. Let's post that out. And then all the mutants will be out when you end up finishing top 5 anyways. We should have finished top 3 comfortably. Pep Guardiola on Man City's summer transfer business. I don't know what's going to happen. Of course the club is working, but we are not going to have 45 players in the squad. Why did the music stop playing? Is this not on loop? Why is this not on loop? 1 second, I need to fix this. I've installed this to loop now. Right, what was I reading? I don't know what's going to happen. Of course, the club is working, but we are not going to have 45. I saw this when I went into the stream of Liam. Big up to Liam. Bullshit. How about a 21-man squad at least? Like, this is the problem, yeah? We don't have a 21-man squad. We have 28 players registered to our squad, but we don't have a 28-man squad, do we? Know why? Because half that squad is players that Pep Guardiola never plays. So people like Martin will come in here and say, oh, but we have a big squad. No, we don't. We have a lot of players on our books, but those players don't play. So we don't have a big squad. This is bullshit. Of course the club is working, but we are not going to have 45 players. Okay, nobody is asking 45 players. This is just an excuse, so this is just waffle. We have to see, except Kevin, all other contracts, and we'll see until the end how they behave. That means something. Adam Wharton, and that's the end, I believe, of the press conference. Yes. Right, we'll finish up with this then. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. I closed both. Well, he praised, basically, if you want to know, he praised Adam Wharton. That's about it. He's a good holding midfielder, Pep said. That is of that press conference. Literally not a single question about the actual game. How are you planning to line up into game? What is your biggest issues for the game? None of those questions. What do you think will be the scariest thing in the game? They don't ask that. They literally don't ask any of that. Not a single question about anything relevant. The only somewhat relevant question they asked, debatable, is about Foden, how he was like feeling, I guess. That's somewhat relevant, I suppose. Maybe. That's it. These press conferences get worse and worse, I swear to God. I will be doing press conferences now at the end of every preview, and maybe review, I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I want to torture myself with that. But at the very least, at the end of every preview, I will react to the press conferences from now on. I swear it down, yeah. Pep Guardiola does not play Nico Gonzalez and Grealish, he has to play both. And it's the game there. He can play Gundogan, he can play Kovacic, he can play whoever the fuck he wants in midfield. But make sure Nico Gonzalez and Grealish start in midfield. Not on the wing, in midfield. Because those two have made our midfield operable this season. Objectively speaking, Grealish has been good in midfield. Or he played poorly against Juventus. One game. One game where he played poorly. We've got triple the amount of games where he plays well in midfield. So maybe give him a chance in midfield. But Grealish plays poorly one game, we bin him off. Meanwhile, Bernardo Silva plays poorly all season. Yep, he gets another start. Bernardo Silva can't play, and Bernardo Silva has to fuck off, I swear to God. He has to fuck off next season because he is ruining his legacy. You've seen the interviews he is giving, by the way, Bernardo Silva. Insulting fans. Fuck off, mate. I'm so tired of Bernardo Silva this season. He's insulting fans in interviews. He's playing terrible football. He's somehow getting picked constantly over the better options. Bro, I swear it down. I see a lineup here at the start of tomorrow, before the game. I will have a mental breakdown. I will have a mental breakdown if I see any wild lineups here. But that is it for me. We've talked about a bit of everything about the game, so even the press conference. So I'm going to redirect you guys to Liam, who is going live in a bit. I'm not sure when he goes live actually. Let me check, because maybe I can redirect to someone else. Let me check that first. There's a city. Why can't I find his channel ever? this is... Am I not subscribed to him or what? Yeah, there we go. Always takes so long to find. Yeah, he's going live way later tonight. Okay. I thought that was earlier. What about City Connect? When does Connect go live? 6 PM. He goes live in an hour. Yeah, sure, we can stay live for a bit longer then, I guess. We'll stay live another 15 minutes, talk a bit. And then we'll redirect to Connect. Where is Connect? Here we go. Yeah, we'll stay live for another 30 minutes. You are live for another 30 minutes. I was planning to close shop, but Connect is not going live for another while, so I want to redirect to someone. So we'll go live then. We'll go off then. So let me share my screen again. Not my purse. Actually, go follow my Twitter, I guess, if you care. I literally don't post anything interesting on Twitter. Like, Twitter is so dead for me. What do I even do here? What's the last time I actually made an interesting post? Oh yeah, guys. This has nothing to do with the game, but this is the funniest clip you will see in a while. For some context, the Reds team is losing, they are goal down, and they have about a minute left to score. A minute of stoppage time left to score. And yeah. It doesn't make much sense, doesn't it? I was laughing dead, bro, when I saw that in the game. I was so dead. One of the best youngsters, guys, in the world. One of the best youngsters in the world. 25 years old. Will we? Because De Bruyne has not been involved all season. So, will we? Let's be honest, De Bruyne might as well not have been here. Yeah, 25 in May. Big up to Saeed. Haaland, probably. Premier League Team of the Year. Let's read that. Sounds. I mean, sure. Robinson makes sense. Van Dijk, yeah. Who else would I put? I will not put Aina there. I will not put Aina as right back. I'm not sure who I would put there though. I will definitely do Gravenberch, Salah, and Gakpo. I think them three have been really important to Liverpool this season. Honestly, I'd put McAllister there. I would do... Yeah, sure, Sels is fine, actually. Thinking about it more, Sels is fine. Robinson, Van Dijk. Saliba. Oh, sorry, Gabriel. I also do Gabriel Magalhaes. Robinson, Van Dijk, Gabriel. Not sure who I would do as right back. Gravenberch, McAllister, and Joe Linton. Honestly, Joe Linton. He's been very good. Or Tonali. Tonali, I will put there. Newcastle have some really good midfielders, to be honest. I will do Tonali or Bruno Guimaraes, one of them not. One of the Newcastle midfielders. I guess Bruno makes most sense because Bruno can be a double pivot with Gravenberch and can push up. Yeah, what I will do is Gravenberch, Bruno, McAllister. Then you have Haaland up top. Fucking Isak. What has Isak done this season? One Carabao Cup, okay. And other than that, has he carried the worst Man City team in whatever? Let's be honest, Haaland this season has been better. Chelsea fan talking. Chelsea fan talking. I'm not... Let's draw this lineup actually. Let's just do this. Lineup builder. Oh, you have professional and amateur. What's the difference? Guess nothing really. Yeah, just to do a... I will do 4-2-3-1 if that's in here. Is that not in here? 4-2-3-1. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I want to do Sales as well. Sure, why not? Oh, that's so dumb. That is so dumb. That is so dumb. Let's just do Sales. And let's just do it like this. Flip. 4-2-3-1. And yeah, I will put cells in here. I'm not sure who I would put as right back. Someone's gonna have to tell me right back. Robinson goes in for me. He's been incredible this season. American, I know, but he's been very good. Van Dijk. Gabriel. Bruno. Guimaraes. How do you spell Guimaraes? Doesn't matter. Yeah, Gravenberg. How do you spell Gravenberg? Like this. It's Gravenberg, actually, not Berg. I thought it was Berg. Oh, the Berg, not Berg. It sounds the same, isn't it? So yeah, McAllister. He's mad underrated, I can't lie. How the fuck do you spell McAllister? McAllister, Liverpool. McAllister, okay. McAllister. There you go. I would play like this and then have Salah, obviously, because Salah. Haaland. Actually, we can put Trent there, to be fair. We can put Trent there. Left wing. I could be shameless and put Savio in. Savinho then. There you go. We will put in Savinho. Why not? Can't finish a wank, but he's got a lot of crosses. Let's be honest. Not Savinho. I'll do Gakpo. Gakpo has been very good this season, I think. Gakpo. And then right back, honestly, I don't know. Maybe Trent. Maybe, There's no good right backs, is there, right now? I guess we can do Einar like this, but I don't rate Einar, to be honest. I don't rate him like that. You know what? You know what I will do? The best right back in English football history. That is my team of the season. Let's call it team of the season. There we go. Let's save and share this. If it would like to load. A lot of people are putting a bunch of players in from Nottingham Forest this season because obviously Forest played a good for a little while, but like not all the Forest players are great, isn't it? They've just had a good season here. I'll just put it here in the comments. But that is my team of the season. Kyle Walker goes in there because I don't know who else to put in. Kyle Walker is a joke. Don't take it too seriously, guys. When does Connect go live? Am I still at 669? Bro, we have not gained a subscriber in days, bro. Somebody subscribe, bruv. When does Connect go live? Yeah, an hour from now. Or 30 minutes from now. So I'll redirect you guys there. Let's close this here. Yeah. Tell me if you like the background music that I decided to add now. We've been live for about an hour, so big up to everyone who's been in here. Like and subscribe if you haven't already.